Sawadee krap and welcome to our Human Resources training. My name is Klaus. Today we analyze a job advertisement for a procurement engineer. The job advertisement starts with the highlights. Procurement, purchaser, chemical engineer or related, and procurement of plant equipment and project equipment. Then we have the description of the job, the position, procurement engineer, location, and the subordinate relationship. Next, the tasks assigned to this position are mentioned, the required qualification and experience, 3 general requirements, the offered benefits, and some additional information about the company and the contact data of the company. In our analysis, we start from the bottom, the general requirements. Computer literate and proficient in MS Office, MS Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Our experience. Our students from Mathayom 1 already can work with MS Word and PowerPoint and a little bit with Excel. Somebody who has a degree from a university for sure can work with these office programs. Good interpersonal relationship with positive leadership attitude. Oha, that's already a little bit harder. Imagine you are a studied chemical engineer. You have worked a few years in this field and now you are looking for a new job. How would you assess this requirement? Maybe like this. I'm not good in relationship. My friend just has left me. And also my work attitude could be better. I may be more the lazy type. And leadership? I'm not sure about this. I think I should not apply for this job. Would you think like this? Likely not. This is playing the musical request program in a job advertisement. This is totally useless. Or, in short, this is nonsense. Good command of both spoken and written in English. TOEIC 550 up. Oha, this is double nonsense. Requirement, spoken and written English. And the reference for this, the measure of all things, is the TOEIC test. This is nonsense because the TOEIC test does not evaluate speaking and writing. The TOEIC test only assesses reading and listening. And the second nonsense is good English and TOEIC 550 points. or greater. Somebody with a TOEIC score around 550 has no English communication skills which are useful in business. Even a TOEIC score around 750 I rate at high risk in business. A good TOEIC score like 900 and up might indicate some good English skills. But the big issue in here is even somebody who has 990 TOEIC points, we still do not know whether this person is able to speak in English language. And we still do not know whether this person is able to transfer a thought into written English. This requirement of the job advertisement needs review. Facing education and required experience. There we have knowledge in Incoterms and import procedure is preferable. How long does it take to learn the applicable Incoterms which are used in this company? There are maybe 3, 4, 5 which are commonly used. For me, I think if I had never heard a word about Incoterms, I think I can learn in 30 minutes. Our students get 100% more than the trainer. So the required knowledge can be gained in 60 minutes. The requested knowledge about import procedures. The situation is very similar as before. We have the outside procedures which are defined by the government, and these processes have to be followed up as advised. Somebody who has already worked a short time in procurement likely is aware of these procedures. And then we have the internal processes of the company. As a company with an excellent quality assurance department and an ISO 9001 certification, the company has exactly defined processes and has implemented these processes. The new employees have to follow up the handbook, and this has to be done by all new hired employees. So all employees need a certain time to get familiar with the processes in procurement, even if they have worked 20 years in another company before. To me, this part is at least a little bit questionable, because we request something which can be learned in 60 minutes, and then we have a requirement which applies to every new hired employee in procurement. Next, we have the job summary, which provides 10 tasks which are assigned to this position. We again start from the bottom. perform a regular performance evaluation and review with suppliers to drive continuous improvements to deliver high-quality products at competitive price. The English is a little bit bumpy. I assume it's a result of the Google translation. So we do not care about this because we can understand what the words want to tell us. Yes, these are all procurement tasks. A short comment. If the continuous improvement should be successful, it needs more than some Excel statistics about delayed deliveries and a list of reclamation reports. A trained seller will knock you out in the first round. We sometimes train sellers and buyers in the same training, on the same day, in the same training room. The result? It increases efficiency of negotiations when these persons later meet again in a meeting room. Manage, evaluate the external counterparts and make long-term relationship with strategic counterparts. I would say, yes, this is a typical procurement task. Apply international knowledge and practice of business integration and economic impact to decision making. Yes, correct. These are procurement tasks. Important for success is here that the procurement engineer can freely communicate his investigation results, even it might criticize and correct a decision made in the past by a higher decision maker. Negotiate conflicting issues across business segments, areas, functions, and external counterparts. To me, not really clear from the translation. Are we talking about negotiation or are we talking about clarification? If the meaning is negotiation, then this task is wrong here. If the time meaning is closer to clarification, then it's okay. Negotiation is wrong because if somebody negotiates, the person needs decision-making authority. And to give a decision-making authority to somebody who is at an age of 25 to 28, 29, only a few years in business, I would rate this high risk. Develops, decides, communicates, and implements tactical or strategic plans for procurement role. If these are tasks for a procurement engineer, what are the division managers doing? And what is the upper management doing? What do they get paid for? we book this under heavy nonsense in detail. Development of plans, yes. Decision making about plans, for sure not. Communication of plans, I would say okay. Implementation of plans, maybe, possible, thinkable. Tactical plans, for sure not. This is at the division manager level to manager level. Strategic procurement plan, for very sure not. Strategy is even higher than tactics. This is at the top level management, but it is not a task for a procurement engineer reporting to the division manager. Evaluate, analyze the possibility, impact, relating situation, technology change, supply ability, and any constraints to be impact on procurement. Okay? These are all originary tasks of a procurement engineer. Analyze price comparison, reasonable price adjustment, vendor selection, and risk management. These are very challenging tasks. Analyze price comparison by Excel sheets, yes. Market observation for price adjustments, okay. But vendor selection and risk management at this level, I would say no. For selection of vendors and risk management, it needs many years of experience in business and a high amount of education and training. This is a task for a very senior purchaser, but not for somebody a few years in business. Making confident and minimize risk for security of supply of the product and services, including sourcing and seek new sources of supply. I think the words make confident likely are better translated into make efficient. If it's like that, I would say, okay, procurement task. Efficient procurement by comparing specification, manufacturing site, customer reference, including confident level in sole sale agent, representative, and negotiating prices and contracts. Comparing specification, manufacturing site, customer reference, okay. Including confident level in sole sale agent representative. Not clear to me what these words will tell me, but I think not really important in this case. And negotiation of prices and contracts. I say nonsense for this position. For successful negotiations, it needs at least 10 years of experience in business and a lot of training. And it needs English language communication skills, which are far beyond the maximum TOEIC score of 990. Question: how do you write a contract amendment for discussion and negotiation in English if you are not skilled in legal English? How do you do that? If this young procurement engineer would meet a trained seller, the buyer will be shipwrecked like the Titanic. Manage efficient the product, service, project in full and on time, optimum costs, meet quality, and comply by law and regulations. Question: what do you call efficient? When is something a process efficient to you, and when is a process not efficient? In full and on time, a matter of course. Optimum costs. How you define optimum cost? Does optimum cost for you mean lowest price and specification sheet fulfilled? Or are there other, even more important factors to be considered to get a real good price? Meet quality, that is mainly a quality assurance issue, but so far okay. And compliance with laws and regulations, again, a matter of course. Our evaluation of this job advertisement summarized. Green shows, okay, these are procurement tasks at this level. Yellow means matter of course, and this applies to any job advertisement for this position. And red indicates nonsense. And this is how the job advertisement looks colorized. Please judge. When we read job advertisements on JobsDB, we find the same words in every job advertisement. It is even possible to exchange the job advertisements from different companies, and for very sure there will be no difference in the responses of the applicants. Some questions to prepare our job advertisement training, and maybe we can welcome you in the near future in one of our training. Our questions to prepare the training day. What are the consequences if every company has the same advertisement addressing the same candidates? What are the consequences if tasks are assigned to employees who are not trained to do this job? And what are the consequences if the employee does not get the required support from the department to do this job? And finally, how could a job advertisement look like which addresses the right persons and filters out unsuitable persons from the very beginning? What do you think about our job advertisement evaluation. It is not impossible that we are very wrong, that we are the ghost driver on the wrong side of the motorway. Let us know. More about job advertisements to come. Stay tuned if you like. Sawadee Krap from Ban Chang in Thailand.